Good morning, class 11th. So, we are finished with class Amphibia. We have finished with class Reptilia. They all belong to our super class, that is Tetrapoda. And today we are on our second last class or third class, you can say, that is about aves. Every one of us know that aves, they are also known as birds. So it means we are going to enter into family, into class of birds. I will not say family, it is a class. It's a class of birds. Now, they are characterized. What do they have? Birds, they have feathers, they have beak. Most of them definitely, because we know the birds, they can fly. So most of them, they can fly. But yes, exceptions are always invited, and flightless bird we have here is ostrich. It is huge in its weight and it cannot fly. Mostly those who live in water or travel in air, they have a very special kind of feature that their body is streamlined. So birds, they also have streamlined body. Exoskeleton means their outer structure that is made up of feathers. They have two types of limbs, definitely forelimbs and hind limbs. Forelimbs, they are modified into their wings. Now, usually we said that the birds, they are also not having any kind of glands. They do not have glands on their skin. So what do you mean by that? When they do not have glands on their skin will be moist, or you will feel the skin will be dry. Skin will be dry when there is no gland, no mucus gland, so the skin will definitely dry, except one gland which is present in their skin, and that gland is oil gland or preen gland. One major gland which is present on their skin, and this is gland. Where is this gland present? Oil gland, that is present at the base of their tail. So please mark it separately that they have only one gland, otherwise their skin is dry. Now, if you have observed the bird, they keep touching their feathers with their beak or their tail with their beak. They touch this gland with their beaks. This gland is present at the base of the tail, and birds, they touch it with their beak. So the moment birds touch their gland with the beak, it comes to the complete feather. They keep spreading it on the feather. So oil comes to the beak and they spread it on the feather. So but birds do two things with their feathers. One, they keep spreading their oil on their feathers. Why do they spread oil on the feathers? Because see, oil prevents them to get soaked with the water. If sometimes feathers, they get soaked in water or they get wet in any case, and they will if they absorb more water, they will not be able to fly. तो oil क्या करता है? Oil basically उसी चीज को prevent करता है, so that their feathers, they should not be able they should not be able to absorb more water, क्योंकि more water means more weight, and more weight means they will not be able to fly, right? जब भी birds को if they have to fly, the body weight कम होना चाहिए बच्चा. Body weight should be less. So that is the reason they keep spreading this oil on their feathers. Now, feathers in the feathers they have some structures, and these structures they are kind of interlocked with each other, and this arrangement it get unlocked when the moment birds they start fly. So when they sit, they fix them with their beak and keep spreading oil on their feathers. So this locking arrangement or interlocking arrangement, it is a kind of protective cover, and the moment they fly, this is unlocked. So they have to keep fixing it up with their beak. Hind limbs, they have scales, and this hind limbs they are modified for the walking, they are modified for swimming, they are modified to sit on the tree branches, clasping on the tree branches. Body of birds, they have head, they have trunk, and they have tail. Now we are moving inside the body of birds. First, let's talk about their bones. Endoskeleton is made up of bones. Definitely, they have a skeletal system. They have bones, and but bones they are pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones are those which have air cavities, and why they are having this kind of air cavities in their bones, because this is one adaptation in the bird which makes their weight very light, to makes bone very light so that they can fly. So they, this kind of bones which are having air cavities, they are known as pneumatic bones. They have another modification, that is in the sternum. There is a breastbone present, and this breastbone is not flat as in the case of human beings. In the human beings, we know that breastbone is flat, but here it is V shaped. It is known as keeled, and keeled is the area where flight muscles are attached. If I show you through the structure, as you can see, this is a keeled bone. This is your breastbone in the birds, and here flight muscles they are attached. So it provide, this bone provide area for attachment of flight muscles. Here flight muscles are attached. Hind limbs they are specifically modified for perching, so that birds they can sit on thin any thin part, thin branches or thin wire. They are modified for that purpose. They are modified for swimming, they are modified for walking, they are modified for sitting on the trees. Now digestive system, beak does not have having teeth, it is without teeth. They just take their food and swallow. All these things they are absent to make the body as light as can be possible. Digestive tract has two very important additional chambers. One is crop. Crop is the area where basically it is the enlargement of esophagus, and it is a storage place for the food. And gizzard where mechanical breakdown of seeds and other food happen. So basically here complex material broken down into simpler one in the gizzard, and crop is the storage part. Circulatory system, there is no doubt heart is four chambered, complete double circulation, oxygenated and deoxygenated is separate, very efficient heart. But there is only one difference between humans and birds. In our case, aorta is goes from left side. In case of birds, aorta goes to from right side. That is the only difference. That is right aortic arc, and here is the left aortic arc in the mammals. That is the difference, only one difference between the human heart and bird's heart. Excretory system, they cannot afford the much loss of water, so they are uricotelic. They excrete uric acid. Nervous system, very well developed. They have very well developed sense of sight or vision. They can see the things from very far distance. But yes, definitely sense of smell is not very strong as in the case of mammals. Reproduction, they are oviparous. Such an advanced class, but still is oviparous, because female birds, they cannot carry that much of weight if they are, suppose they are viviparous. Viviparous matlab if they can give rise to young ones, तो young ones को develop करना body में और उनके साथ fly करना, it is not possible for them. That is why they are oviparous. Their eggs are very special, that is polylecithal and cladoic eggs. Polylecithal means enough yolk, which we discussed in amphibia also, self-sufficient eggs with the protective shell, that is the calcareous shell. Unique features, they are having sound producing structure, that is syrinx, and respiration is by lungs. Syrinx, the birds, they can produce sounds, so that is because of their structure, which is called syrinx. And in the respiration, they are having lungs, but these lungs, they for the helping lungs, they have lots of air sacs, cervical air sac, then clavicular air sac, then thoracic air sacs, and abdominal air sacs. As you can see, these are various air sacs which help this lung to help in respiration. So that is lots of air sacs connected to lungs to play major role in respiration. Now, they have multiple examples which are mentioned in our NCERT. Crow, pigeon, columba, then corvus, then psittacula. See, they're beautiful parrots. Struthio, ostrich, pavo, aptanodites, penguin, then neophron, that is the vulture. So, now, मोस्टली एक्चुअली यही आता है हमारे दिमाग में कि मेरे से नहीं होगा ये. I cannot remember it, but no, we can. Bacha, when you are going to become a doctor, you have to remember lots of things. You have to give a medicine to your patient. You have to examine your patient. So it doesn't mean you are in the preparatory phase. So definitely you can do it. So there is one shortcut for that. There is one very famous person, the famous woman, she is Sapna Chaudhary ने पीसी में एव्स को देखा. So हम उसका यहाँ से सपना लेंगे. सपना चौधरी ने पीसी में एव्स को देखा. S for Struthio, जो कि हमारा ऑस्ट्रिच है. P यहाँ पे बिग वर्ड है, psittacula, बट हमारा बर्ड बहुत छोटा है, दैट इज पैरट. सो बिग वर्ड, स्मॉल bird, right? N, neophron is a vulture. Aptanodites is penguin. Corvus, crow, both C square. Pavo, हमारा bird बहुत beautiful है, यहाँ पे बड़ा है. Peacock. Columba is pigeon. So columba is pigeon, struthio is ostrich, psittacula is parrot, neophron is vulture. nephron यहाँ पे बच्चे nephron के इस नेम पे याद करते हैं neophron को. It is vulture. Aptenodytes, penguin. बस आपको ये सीक्वेंस याद रखना है. सपना चौधरी पीसी. आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हो, सपना चौधरी का पीसी, राइट. सपना चौधरी का पीसी. इसको हम रब कर देते हैं. यहाँ पे हम वी कैन ऐड दिस ऑल्सो. सपना चौधरी का पीसी. इसको हमें साइलेंट मोड में रखना है. सो वी कैन दिस ऑल्सो लर्न इन दिस वे, राइट. सो struthio, psittacula, neophron, vulture, aptenodytes, corvus, and pavo and columba. So that is all about our class of aves, and tomorrow, last class, we will talk about, that is mammalia, right?